Well, hello everyone, it's Passek, FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. So, another little Chironomid style pattern. Now, this is not your typical Chironomid that we would fish here in North America. It's not even really the British buzzer style. This is more of a transitional Chironomid. So it's a wet fly. So, but it's definitely a representative of a midge. So, alrighty, let's just get going. I'll explain as I go what the materials are. So I'm just going to use some nano silk in 12-aught, 18-aught, 24-aught, whatever you have. You just want it fairly thin. You don't need to go with like a really heavy 3-aught or anything like that. Okay. Counterclockwise spin, keep it flat. That's not as necessary on this one, but so now I like going around the corner on this one. And what I'll do here is I will come back up to here. Like I said, this one doesn't have to be as thin as a lot of the ones that we tie. Now this is going to be some poly yarn. And I don't need very much. I just need maybe half of this, right? So don't need a lot of it. And I'm going to just make sure that's cut nice and straight as I can. Doesn't really matter because it's all going to get covered anyway here. So I'm just trying to keep it all one little pile. And I'm just going to come down around that corner. I want that to be right in the middle of the hook there. This is like a trailing shuck, right? So bring that forward all the way, just making sure that stuff is all covered. Then I'm going to just cut this fairly short. I don't want it really long. Don't want it really short. About like that. Okay. About the length of what if this was to go down all the way down, about the length of where the bottom of the hook would be, give or take. Counterclockwise spin. Now I'm going to take some copper or light gold wire. I'm just going to add that in all the way forward here. Now you could put a little bit of wax in if you'd like, but this is nano silk. You can crank down pretty hard, so it's pretty good. We come all the way back down to that trailing shuck. Again, just hold that counterclockwise spin to flatten my thread. Once it's flattened, shorten up again. I'm just going to make sure that it's completely covered here. Okay, just going to turn it over. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay. Now I'm just going to do a rib with this. And one more to bring me up to the front. Oh, that moved on me. Just going to come back just a bit with that thread. There we go. Because I want to leave room up here for my hackle, right? So just helicopter that off. Now, normally what I would do is, I'm not going to do it now for the video, but I would put the coat of Sally's on there, let it dry, put another coat of Sally's. I usually tie up about a dozen to this point, but obviously I'm not going to do that now. So now I'm going to take a hen cape. It's got a little bit of that coppery, goldy tips in it, and that's what I really want for this. That's why I use that coppery gold kind of colored rib. So I'm just going to take all that little under fluff off that I don't need, right? I'm just going to tie this in by the point, by the butt section. Wax my thread. Like is I just tie that in by the butt. Fluff off my desk. Okay, now I'm going to take my hackle plier, just grab that point, and just stroke all that back. Now, if it breaks off, it breaks off. Big deal. You can always do another one. But I like doing about 2 to 3 turns, depending on the feather. So I'll see once I'm going here. That's 1 full turn. That's 2 full turns. That's enough. I'm not going to do a third. Okay. Then I'll just hold that all back. Just build up just a little bit of a head right behind that eye. Doesn't have to be big. And I'll just give that a quick little whip finish. Hit that with some head cement in a bit, but right now I'm just going to get in there and cut that off. I'm going to go find my little point. There it is. And this little thing here that's sitting out, that's bugging me. Oh, that's the quill that I forgot to cut off. That's okay. Cut that off now. Came out this side, so let's go cut it off of this side. There we go. And there is your first little buzzer pattern, a little Chironomid wet fly. So what I do with this is I'll cast this out with a dry line, dry line, or you may even a type 1 sink tip, and just a really slow, really slow figure of 8 retrieve. Just really dead slow. And if you think you're going slow enough, slow it down. You're not. So really dead slow retrieve with this. Often what I'll do is I'll have a fly like this under the indicator, right? And then I'll be casting this one on a dry line or a type 1 sink and letting the one on the indicator just sit in my rod holder, and I'll be actively fishing this one, right? So if you're allowed multiple flies, great center fly. I found this one works really well in the middle. So yeah, really good fly. At times, I now change this up. I'll change up my light gold, copper to silver to red. But I think the light gold or copper and the silver are my top 2 for sure. So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you've subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, please consider doing so. And I'll see you guys on the next tying video. Tie lines, everybody.